you faithful few, welcome back to the U.S. Adventures.
Where, when the trip's done with sister, it's time for the mister.
Yeah.
Faithful few, you have tuned in to Mr. Daddy Camping Trip number 2. And up front, we want to just thank you for coming along on this next adventure. Now, there are 2 things that may seem a little familiar to you. We are on the same trek to the same location as Rugged Mountain's sister and I went to a few weeks back on our Daddy-Daughter Camping Trip number 8. Then the second thing may only seem familiar because ye faithful few are the best subscribers on YouTube. You might remember that on Mr. Daddy Camping Trip number 1, it rained like constantly. We said that was the monsoon camping trip. Well, here for Mr. Daddy Camping Trip number 2, check that out. At least this time it's only a 70% chance of rain instead of 100, but we may still be spending a lot of time in the tent, under the shelter, or at the inn. So I will try to do my best to make this video adventure a little bit different from the last one, even though we're going to the same place. I'm sure there are several things that we didn't get a chance to show you before. Of course, Rugged Mountain Mister gets a little extra tablet time as we have about a 3-hour drive to get to Pokagon State Park. I'm sure he's really broken up about it. So let's get back on the road, dudes. It's lunchtime. Rugged Mountain Mister, we like to think outside the bun. Cheese roll up, boy. So that was just a quick stop in Fort Wayne, and now on to the park. Okay, we're here at site 431, which I apparently forgot. I got site 431 for Trip with Rugged Mountain Mister, and I had 429 with Rugged Mountain Sister. 429 is right there, and it's big, and the fire pit is in a great location. Now 431, the fire pit is right there, which is not a particularly great location. So given that we were expecting rain, I was already going to have to set up the campsite a little bit different than we did last time. But now I'm really going to have to think this through. What do you think, Rugged Mountain Mister? You ready for adventures? I know who is ready for adventures. Murphys! We have the Elsa Murph and the Ray Murph. Yeah. Another thing to consider is that the Gazelle T8 and the Yermax canopy do not work together quite as well to make a continuously sheltered experience between the tent and the shelter as much as our last setup did, which was the Ozark Trail tent hooked up to the Guide Series canopy. That system worked great for letting you stay dry going in and out of the tent and into the shelter and still being able to have a fire also between them. This setup will be a little more challenging. Okay, this is what I came up with. So we got the Gazelle on the left there, the Yermax on the right, and just a standard blue tarp connecting the two, shedding the water off towards this gully right here. Kind of leads down to that trail, so hopefully the water should shed from right to left over to here, and that is the way the tarp is oriented. Using trekking pole here and the Trekker 3 trekking pole with the extender right there just to get some good height so I don't have to bend over so much to walk in. So the main potential problem I'll see here is whether the smoke will actually egress from our setup here and not just pile up inside of it. So the other thing, being a vlogger and such while camping, I really should have got the white canopy instead of the red one because it just messes with my complexion. Rugger Mountain Mister's inside the Gazelle T8 trying to help. He got some chairs together and he's trying to get the new cots together. We're gonna do a full review of that one later. All right, well, camp is fully, this way, mister, is mostly fully set up. We have come down to Trail 2 to go get some of that spring water that Rugger Mountain Sister and I found was so close. So Rugger Mountain Mister has the big bottle. I got the little one. I'll carry the big one when it's full of water, I guess. Okay, so I think my camp setup there is a little superfluous for one adult and one 5-year-old. Because there's a lot there, and there's a lot to put up by yourself. So I'm super grateful that Rugger Mountain Sister is able to help as much as she is, but gotta teach Rugger Mountain Mister too. Bless you. So here's kind of our first official hike of Mr. Daddy Camping Trip number 2. And after we're done with this, we'll come back and play Cornhole. So let's go get some water, dudes. Here's the spring shelter. Yes, with the spring water. Didn't hear that. Mr. asked, does it leak all by itself? And the answer is yes. It's water that's underground. Just comes up for you to drink. Oh, they put a new spigot on it. Look at that, Rugger Mountain Sister. It was just a hole in the pipe. Now they got a real thingy coming out of there, complete with Teflon tape. This dead tree is pretty cool.
Huh?
This dead tree is pretty cool.
Looks like a horse.
Looks like a horse?
No, look at the horse. You see the eye?
Actually, it looks like a troll with a big nose.
Hyena.
Looks like a hyena? Okay. Okay, I swear, every time I turn this thing off, something interesting happens. Just had deer go across the trail. By the time I got everything fired up, she's pretty far gone, I think. Well, you saw her though, right? Isn't that pretty cool? Oh well. Opportunity lost for ye faithful few. So sorry. It is definitely feeling like fall. And we do have some leaf color change going on. Lots of leaves falling on the trail. It is definitely a beautiful time to hike in Indiana. Next up, Cornhole. I think one of these might be leaking beans. Well, you faithful few, cannot get a fire going. I only brought so much kindling, and all this wood that we got from the park is just hissing with saturatedness. And so we just have a big smoke tent, which is awesome for the eyes. But we got our mac and cheese going. Mister's enjoying some spring water. Gonna try not to make a mess on ourselves. Because I also forgot paper plates.
Daddy.
Well, it'll all get better when it starts raining.
Not.
So picked up this little trick from, I can't remember, maybe Crow, as a crow flies hiking, but using your mini pump that you use for the pads as a billows. Works as a billows, I just don't think the fire's gonna get going. Man, we could do like reviews from here. This is a pretty nice little setup. And now, let the partying begin. So tonight, the high stakes game is garbage. We played garbage on the 8th ever backpacking endeavor, and we played garbage on the 7th ever backpacking endeavor. All right, well, we'll check back in with you when we're going to sleep. Okay, here's a good night for Rugged Mountain Sister. And now here's a good night for Rugged Mountain Mama. Well, good morning, you faithful few. I have to come out here outside of the red zone to film just because it is too there. It's about 8:30 in the morning, and we've gotten ourselves up and have started breakfast, which is just cereal in the little bowls. Rugged Mountain Mister's working some Lucky Charms. We've got some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then of course, Pop-Tarts. Rugged Mountain Mister says he slept good. I slept normal, which is to say I was asleep at times. We heard it sprinkling off and on, so it's probably gonna start that rain on us here soon. We're gonna finish up breakfast and then get out and do something. I'm sure it'll be fun. My apologies. After checking with my event coordinator, we will be heading to the Nature Center first, and then we're gonna check out the inn, and maybe the beach, if it ain't raining. Well, the Nature Center was closed. It doesn't open until 11. It's about 9:30 right now. So we're driving around and saw something that I didn't check out the last time I was here. The site of Company 556 Camp, the CCC. So this seems kind of like a little self-guided tour through the previous CC Camp. This is where the administration building was.
Right here?
Yeah, we are here. The administration building was right there. Okay, so let's see what the next thing is. We're gonna go up their barracks, which is where the guys lived. Okay, I am anything but a mushroom guru, but I don't know what those are. Look at the size of them. They're literally soccer ball size. That one back there is like a size 3 soccer ball. If I were into mushrooms, this would probably get me excited. Actually, while checking out the mushrooms, you can see right down there is one of the foundations of probably the administrative building that we just looked at. We're probably standing in the kitchen mess hall right now. Even if it was only like 80 years ago, it's still an interesting feeling to walk where something once was.
Still walking in a building.
Well, we got something else up there. Need to go potty? This was the latrine.
Let's see what this is.
Next up is barracks number 6.
Okay, just where I wanted to go.
So I guess what they're saying here is this moat area is where the barracks would have been, presumably. This is where the barrack number 3 would have been.
That's why.
So to go to the rec room, rec building, they just would have went this way. Just came out of barrack 3 after taking a quick nap. Gonna go to the rec room and see if Brad, Andy, and Tim are there. The recreation hall.
If we want to that, then we'll have to go boom, boom, or boom, boom.
I saw a weird fire pit over here.
This is probably where they keep the shells warm.
Think so? Not sure what's going on here.
And now it's a swamp.
Now it's a swamp for sure. Cool.
Fish could live in that.
Maybe. I don't know if they live very long. It's kind of small.
And
Eerie, eerie. Then after a hard, long day of working in Pokagon State Park, come and hit the showers. And then here was the center area where the flagpole was. Still got the base there.
here, with the flagpole, right in the middle.
Right there? I think you're probably right. There's a hole there still, right?
Yes, there is.
There's the flagpole hole. Still a hole there. Super cool. Well, thank you for joining us on this brief walk through history at the Civilian Conservation Corps Camp 556.